preliminary is required for the interpolation. Interpolation is nothing but the polynomial approximation by which we can get the any intermediate value if we know the number of observations. Before that, we have discussed about the Taylor's approximation, Taylor series. Any function y equal to f of x can be approximated by a polynomial uh, around a point x is equal to x naught, and if we take that x naught to be 0, then that will be a Maclaurin series expansion, that is called. And from the Taylor series expansion, uh, the last nth term or n plus 1th term, we call it as a remainder term, and on that basis we have defined a truncation error whose value is always less than or equal to this n plus 1th term truncation error, where zeta is the value, or zeta is the point in between a to b for which the function f of x have maximum value. Okay. So we have calculated a truncation error and the number of terms to be considered to get the required truncation error. Right. So let us start with the Lagrange's interpolation now. That is a type. In interpolation, we have discussed the two forms. That is, sorry, in polynomial approximation, we have discussed the two forms. That is, interpolation and extrapolation. So if we are finding the value in between the two observations, then that is called an interpolation. And if we are finding the value out of the observations, out of the box, then that is called an extrapolation. Right. So in general, the diagrammatical discussion, if we have a function like this, isn't it? These are the number of observations. Suppose this is x naught, x1, x2, x3, and corresponding to x naught we have y naught, corresponding to x1 we have y1, corresponding to x2 we have y2, and corresponding to x3 we have y3, and so on. So with these observations, suppose if we want, if we have given just values of x and y, then we don't know the nature of curve, and if we ask to find the value at 2.5, we cannot get directly from the table of observations. So from this, we are going to find now the polynomial which represent this curve function, and then from that polynomial or from that curve we can get the any value in between the observation. That means if I want to find the value here corresponding to this point, then if I have the function y equal to f of x, then by substituting that x value, I can get the value of y required there, isn't it? So that is what the main theme of this interpolation. This interpolation technique or the polynomial approximation technique is used in calculators actually, isn't, because when we are finding the value of any exponential, then we are just giving the input as a x value, isn't it? So it will give e raised to x in return as the output. Okay. So in background, in behind that, we are having the polynomial approximation which is defined by Taylor series, and into that we are giving the x value as the input, and we are getting the value of function as the output. Okay. So what the Lagrange's interpolation means? Lagrange's interpolation uh, is the polynomial which is defined by the scientist Lagrange. So let me define Lagrange's interpolation. Polynomial of nth degree is defined as, you can write Lagrange's interpolation polynomial of nth degree is defined as Li of xk, Li of xk, which is equal to 0, just a minute, which is equals to 0 when k is not equal to I, and equals to 1 when k equals to I. So Li of xk, like L1 of x1, L1 of x2, and so on. So this ensures that x0, x1, x2, xn are the roots of Li of x because they satisfy, right? Because when k is not equal to I, Li of xk gives the value 0. So it means what? For k is not equal to I, xk will be the root of this polynomial Li of xk, right? So we can say x0, x1, x2, and xn are the roots of Li of xi, Li of x, except x is equal to xi. Thus, Li of x will be a polynomial. Suppose if I want to define Li, and so in general, Li of x will be x minus x naught, x minus x1, and so on, x minus x I minus 1. Next term is, yes, x minus x I plus 1, and so on, x minus xn upon wherever x is there, substitute replace x by xi. So in first bracket, xi minus xi, x naught, sorry. In second, xi minus x1, and so on here, xi minus xi minus 1. Next, xi minus xi plus 1, and so on, xi minus xn. Okay? Because here we have excluded one term here, which is that term x minus xi. Why? Because when this I is going getting coincide with this I, xi, then the value will be uh, 1 there, isn't it? For k equal to I, Li of xi. That means the polynomial will not be 0. That means xi will not be the root. So to get the xi to be root, we are getting here. It's not like that. So here I term is excluded here. For example, in general, in particular, if we want to define for L1 of x, then what is the value of L1 of x? L1 of x will be a polynomial x minus x naught, x minus x1 will be excluded there. So x2, x minus x3, and so on, x minus xn. Okay? Upon wherever x, we replace it by x1. So x1 minus x0, x1 minus x2, x1 minus x3, and so on, x1 minus xn. So this is L1. If I want to define L2, then how do I write? L2 of x will be, yes, x minus x0, x minus x1, x minus x2 term we are eliminating. We are not considering x minus x2 term. And the next term is x minus x3, and so on, x minus xn. Okay. And wherever x is there, we replace it by x2. So x2 minus x1, x0, x2 minus x1, and so on, x2 minus xn. So this is L2, L2 of x, and so on. In similar manner, we can define the other polynomials. So these are called Lagrange's polynomial. So in general, I can write the formula for Li of x. Li of x is numerator, which is, sorry, not summation, it is the product, right? So it is the product of x minus x I, or say, instead of r, we say xr, where this r will vary from 0 to n. But remember, r is not equal to this I. So I'm writing one more condition here. R is not equal to I. You can see here, anywhere we have not considered here, anywhere we have not considered x minus x1. Here we have not considered x minus x2 term. Okay. Upon the product of xi minus xr, right? Where the same thing, r varies from 0 to n, and r is not equal to I. So this is in general the Lagrange's polynomial, Li of x, where infinite product notation means that we take continued product of terms from for r is equal to 0, 1 to up to n, excepting the factor corresponding to r is equal to I. Right? This is Lagrange. So we define Pn of x. Therefore, Pn of x will be the polynomial approximation now. Pn of x is equal to summation yi li of x, where this I varies from 0 to n. So this will be your Lagrange's polynomial. For example, if I split the summation, that will be y naught L naught of x plus y1 L1 of x plus, and so on, yn ln of x. So see here, we'll be having the values of xi's, x naught, x1, x2 up to xn, and we'll be given the values of yi's also, y naught, y1, y2, and so up to yn. So with the help of these, we can get the values of these Lagrange's subpolynomials like Lagrange L naught x, L1 of x, and so on, ln of x, and we substitute those polynomials into this to get the polynomial approximation by Lagrange. So this is the polynomial approximation. It is in general denoted by Pn of x. Right. So let us have an example. You can ask any doubt. Write on the question. Find the Lagrange's interpolating polynomial passing through the set of points. Find Lagrange's interpolating polynomial passing through set of points say x, y, x values 0, 1, 2, and corresponding y values are suppose 4, 3, 6. So first, we have been asked to find the Lagrange interpolating polynomial passing through this set of points. How many points are there? How many set of points we have given here? Hello? Hello? Am I audible?
Sorry.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
how many, my question is, how many set of points are given here?
3.
Three.
3 points, right? So this is x naught, suppose this is x1, this is x2, and corresponding y naught, y1, y2. So x naught, y naught, x2, x1, y1, and x2, y2, 3 set of points we have given. So with the help of these 3 set of points, we have been asked to find the Lagrange's interpolating polynomial, and with the help of that, uh, we further asked to use it to find y at x is equals to 0.5. Sorry, y at x is equal to 1.5, dy by dx at x is equal to 0.5, and even the integration of y dx at x is equals to, sorry, integration y dx, and that is from 0 to 3. The 3 parts we have been asked with the help of that. Okay, so let's start the solution. First we find the Lagrange's interpolating polynomial, and then with the help of that we can get the required values. So ready? So what is the Lagrange's interpolation polynomial we have defined? Hmm? In general, if I write, then Lagrange's interpolation polynomial, we write it as a Pn of x.
P1 of x.
Pn of x is summation yi li of x, and that I varies from 0 to n. So here what is n? N is hmm? N is this. N is 2, right? Because I varies from 0 to n, na? X naught, x1, x2 up to n. So n is 2. So P2 of x will be equals to summation yi li of x. I varies from 0 to 2, right? So that is when I split this summation, what I'll get? Y naught L naught of x plus y1 L1 of x plus y2 L2 of x. Am I clear? Is this clear? Any
Yes,
doubt?
sir.
Okay. Now our job is to find the values of these Li's. We find L naught of x, L1 of x, and L2 of x. Because we have given the values of y naught, y1, and y2. We have y naught is 4, or let me substitute here. Y naught is 4 L naught of x plus y1 is 3 L1 of x plus y2 is 6 L2 of x, right? So we now find the values of L naught, L1, L2, and substitute here. That will be our Lagrange's interpolating polynomial. We can denote it by y also, okay? Y equals to. So ultimately, this will be the value of required function, y equal to f of x. So let us write the formula for L naught of x. What is L naught? What we do? We start from x naught and we substitute, we neglect this I. That means x naught. So we have to uh, neglect x minus x naught only, right? The first bracket. We start from x minus x1, x minus x2, and so on. Okay, x minus x2 ही होगा ना, because we have only the points up to x2. Upon we replace x by x naught. So x naught minus x1 and x naught minus x2. Is this clear? See, if we include x minus x naught, then when we replace in the denominator x by x naught, then what we get? We get the denominator to be 0. Are you getting my point? Hello? If we By mistake, if we consider x minus x naught term in the numerator, x minus x1 and x minus x2 suppose, then when we replace x by x naught, then x naught minus x naught will be 0. Right? Hello? So denominator term 0 means what? Denominator 0 means the whole L naught will be infinite. And we are trying for finite. Right?
Yes, sir.
So that is why we are not considering that term, because we are trying some finite polynomial. I hope the point is clear now. So let us substitute the values of x1, x2 and x0 there into this. So what we get? X minus x1. What is x1 given? X1 is 1. X minus x2. X2 is 2. Upon x0. X0 is 0. So 0 minus 1. 0 minus 2. So what will be the value then? This is a minus 2 and this is minus 1. So 1 by 2 times, because minus 2 into minus 1, 2. Right? X minus 1, x minus 2. Is this clear? यहाँ तक clear है सबको? So half into, if I multiply x into x, x square, minus 2x minus x minus 3x and plus 2. That is the value of L naught of x. Hello? Is this clear to everyone? यहाँ तक clear है सबको? Please do reply in chat box. Everyone, please do reply. Let me check whether it is clear or not. Okay, fine. You just unmute if any doubt, please. Okay, so next is L1. What is the value of L1? What is the formula of L1? Let me ask to someone else. L1 of x is Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu.
Yes, sir.
Tell me the formula for L1 of x. How do we write the formula for L1 of x?
तर ते y0 सारखं ना?
As per L naught.
Yes, sir. L naught, right? Sir, मग
You're not getting the theme, I think. How to write the polynomial.
no,
Right.
sir.
Because it's not that much difficult. Yes. Chetan?
Sir,
Chetan More? Chetan,
Yes, sir.
how do we write the formula for L1?
Some doubt. That's why I'm not written.
So that is what I'm asking now. If you have any doubt, why don't you unmute yourself then? Or why don't you ask in chat box? If you
Sir,
have a
my
doubt.
net. Sir, my
Hmm?
screen freezes. That's why.
Screen?
So there is some network issue. That's
This is
why.
not fair, Chetan. This is not fair. I'm asking if any doubt, you just ask and you're not replying. And when I'm asking question, you're saying network issue and I have some doubt. This
No,
is not
sir.
fair.
From starting there's issue. Starting of
Anyways.
it. Yeah.
Anyways, let it be. So, can you tell me what is your doubt? What is your confusion? Where we are having confusion there in the formula?
Sir,
Okay,
last
let me.
page. Last
Okay,
page,
let
sir.
me tell. Last what? Last page.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir, from that this question.
This is not a, actually this is a polynomial formula. Pn of x is y naught L naught y1 L1, where L naught L1 I have defined like this, L1 L2. See, while defining L1, I'm excluding x minus x1 term from the numerator, because if I consider, then I'll get the denominator 0, and that I don't want. So that is why while defining L1 I'm excluding x minus x1. While defining L0 I'm excluding x minus x0. While defining L2 I'm excluding x minus x2 term from the numerator. That is only the theme. And to write the denominator, what we do? We are replacing this x by xi, this I. So here I is 1, so we are replacing x by x1. Here I is 2, so we are replacing x by x2.
X2.
Is this clear? So in simple manner, when we define L1 of x here, that will be x minus, we start from naught, x naught, right?
It's not, yes, sir.
X minus x naught. Then
X
x minus x1 will be there, but do I have to consider that? X minus x1, x minus x1 I'm excluding,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And the next will be x minus x2.
X2.
And how do I write the denominator then? I replace x by
X by
xi.
X0.
Xi, where I is 1. So x1 minus x0. X1 minus
X2.
x2. Right?
Yes.
Exactly. So can you define now L2 of x? L2 of x, if you get the theme.
X minus X.
X minus,
X naught.
exactly, x minus x0 into
X minus X1.
x1, correct. And x1 x minus x2 term I'll not consider, right?
Yes, sir.
And then denominator will be
X1 minus
x2 now, because I is
X1.
2 here, right?
Yes.
So x2 minus
X
x0,
naught. On X2
x2
minus
minus x1.
X1.
Is this okay now?
Yes, sir.
That is very easy. Just to get the theme, that while defining L0 we exclude x minus x0, while defining L1 we exclude x minus x1, and while defining L2 we exclude x minus x2.
X2. Yes, sir.
Okay. So we substitute the values of x0, x2, x1, and here also. So what we get by substitution here, x minus 0, x minus 2 upon x1, that is 1 minus 0, 1 minus 2. So how much is this? That is, here it is minus 1 and into 1. So minus x square, x into x square minus 2x, right? X square minus 2x. Am I right? Please check the calculations. And here when I substitute x minus 0, x minus 1 upon x2 is 2. So 2 minus 0, 2 minus 1. So how much is this? This is 1. So 1 by 2 times x square minus x. Is this okay to everyone? The value of L0, L1 and L2.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let us substitute this into the Lagrange's polynomial. Therefore, Lagrange's polynomial, that is y is equals to y naught L naught plus y1 L1 plus y2 L2. So that is equals to, what is y naught? Y naught was 4 L naught. What is the value of L naught? We here L naught is 1 by 2 into x square minus 3x plus 2. Please check the calculations, okay? Plus y1. Y1 is 3. 3 times L1. What is L1? L1 means L1 of x, okay? Don't get confused. This is of x. That x is silent here actually. That is independent variable. Okay. So 3 into L1. L1 is minus x square minus 2x, na? Plus y2. Y2 is 6. 6 into L2, that is half x square minus x. So you just simplify this and that will be your required Lagrange's interpolating polynomial. So 2x square minus 6x plus 4 minus 3x square plus 6x plus 3x square minus 3x. Please check the calculations. So 6x gets cancelled. 3x square minus 3x square gets cancelled. So the polynomial is 2x square minus 3x plus 4. Am I right? Please check the calculations. Is this okay? Is this clear? Any doubt? Any questions? Hello? Okay. So with the help of this, we have been asked to find the values of y, dy by dx and integration. Right. So let us substitute y. Let us find the y. Therefore, for x is equal to 1.5, what will be the value of y? You just substitute x value there in y. So y is equal to 2 into 1.5 square minus 3 into 1.5 plus 4. Calculate this value. Y is equal to, tell me the answer. Then dy by dx. What is dy by dx here? When we differentiate this y, what will get 4x minus 3. So at dy by dx at x is equal to 0.5 will be 4 into 0.5 minus 3. So that is, I think, minus 1, right? Because 0.5 is half, 4 by 2 is 2, 2 minus 3 is minus 1. And integration also, integration from 0 to 3 y dx is integration from 0 to 3 2x square minus 3x plus 4 dx. So that is equals to 2x cube by 3 minus 3x square by 2 plus 4x from 0 to 3. So substitute upper and lower limit and tell me what the answer is. What is y at x is equal to 1.5?
4. 4.
Okay, it is 4. And what about integration value?
$16.5.
Okay, 16.5 dy by dx is minus 1. So if you are able to visualize, actually these are the set of points. We can plot these points onto the graph, isn't it? But we don't know what kind of curve passing through this set of points. So what we did with the help of Lagrange's polynomial, we got the relation of polynomial, or we got this relation now, and we can plot this relation, right? This will be a quadratic curve passing through that 3 points, and with the help of that curve, suppose this curve is like this, then we can get any value of y corresponding to any x, right? Any x with the help of this relation. So that is what the main application, main importance of this. Is this clear? So always remember, if we have the discrete data in the form of set of observations, and if you want to find the value which is not possible to find with the help of directly with the help of that data, then what we do, we find first the curve passing through all those set of points, which will be of this form, y equal to some function of x, and then we substitute the x value to get the required corresponding y value. Always remember, because this technique you definitely need in your further study, like in if you are going for MEM Tech or any PhD work, or even any practical application also. So you should know these techniques from numerical methods. So let's have one more. The question is given, second question. Given 1.0 cube is equal to 1.000, 1.2 cube is equals to 1.728, 1.3 cube equals to 2.197, 1.4 cube is equals to, actually this is not 4, 1.x is given to be 5, 1.5 cube is given to be 3.375. So using Lagrange's interpolating polynomial, evaluate the value, evaluate 1.7 cube using Lagrange's interpolating polynomial. क्वेश्चन क्लियर है सबको?
Yes.
So we have given the data in the form of x and y values. So can you tell me the values of x and corresponding values of y? X value is suppose 1.0. So what is the corresponding y value? It is also 1.000. X value is 1.2. Corresponding y value is 1.728. X value is 1.3. Corresponding y value is 2.197. X value is 1.5. Corresponding y value is 3.375. Right? So specifically, we have been asked to find the value of this using Lagrange's interpolating polynomial. Okay. In general, if we correlate the given things with the function y equal to x cube, because if you see, everything is given in terms of cube, na? So x ka cube, 1 ka cube is 1, 1.2 ka cube is this, 1.3 ka cube. So basically, what is the function here? X cube, right? Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So in general, when this when such question is asked in computer examination, you can directly get this value with the help of that function y equal to x cube. But you should know how do we calculate or how do we find the required value with the help of Lagrange's interpolating polynomial. So such questions will be asked in the theory examination. So what we do, with the help of Lagrange's interpolating polynomial, we find the value of this 1.7 ka cube. Right. So first of all, we write the Lagrange's interpolating polynomial. What is Lagrange's interpolating polynomial? Y equals to y naught L naught of x plus y1 L1 of x plus y2 L2 of x and plus y3 L3 of x, right? Because y3 tak hai na, y0, y1, y2, y3. So that is why L3. So we have to get the values of these L0, L1, L2, L3. Y0 is 1. So L0 of x plus y1 is 1.728 into L1 of x plus y2 is 2.197 into L2 of x plus y3 is 3.375 into L3 of x. So let us find the values of these L0, L1, L2, L3. Or even we can directly substitute the values, those values here into this. So what will be y then? Therefore, y is equal to L0. What is L0? Can you tell me the formula for L0? It is x minus
x1
x1. Exactly. X minus x1, x minus x2 कहाँ तक जाना है? X minus x3 तक, xn तक जाना है हमें. So x3. Upon we replace x by x0 because we are finding L0. So x0 minus x1, x0 minus x2, x0 minus x3 plus 1.728 into L1 of x. What is the formula for L1 of x? X minus x0, x minus x2, na? X minus x3. Because x minus x1 will exclude. Upon x1 minus x0, x1 minus x2 and x1 minus x3. If still anybody is there who is not getting how do we write these L0 or Li's, then please ask. I can explain one more time. Plus the next is 2.197 into L2. What is the formula for L2? L2 is x minus x0, right? X minus x1. X minus x2 is excluded. X minus x3 upon x2 minus x1, x0, x2 minus x1, x2 minus x3. And the last term plus 3.375 into L3. How do I write L3? L3 will be x minus x0 into x minus x1, x minus x2 upon x is replaced by x3. So x3 minus x0, x3 minus x1, x3 minus x2.
Hello.
Yes?
Sir, we have next lecture now at
Okay.
10:45. It's
Okay.
already 10:48.
Yeah. So what you do, see here we have not been asked to find the Lagrange's interpolating polynomial. With the help of that, we have been asked to find the value of this, right? So instead of simplifying these brackets on multiplying, we can directly substitute the value of x given. What is x given here? Yes. What is x given? We have been asked to find the value of
1.7.
y corresponding to x is equal to 1.7, right? So what we do, we substitute x is equal to 1.7 everywhere, and even x0, x1, x2, x3, and we can directly calculate it with the help of calculator. Calculators are allowed, right? So I request everyone to substitute x along with x1, x2, x3 into this y formula to get the required value. Will it be okay? Can you do this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So we stop here. Can you give me 5 minutes for the attendance?
Sir, shall